Okay, I just want to do a quick video on this book here, How to Read His Writings, The Unauthorized Guide to Decoding Edward Leedskalnin's Works, written by Edward Marlinski, and it was published in around August 2000. Now, if you go to page 16, he has a chapter here where you can overlay the pages of the book onto a light table. He talks about the bars going around the books and how they don't quite match. He tells you he says, do you agree that the border on Ed.L's magnetic current booklet is slightly taller than the one found on his pamphlet entitled Mineral, Vegetable, and Animal Life? Going on to page 17. Second, we should also agree that the border on his pamphlet entitled Mineral, Vegetable, and Animal Life is wider than the one found on his magnetic current booklet. In fact, if you were able to lay one on top of the other on a light table, you would see that they would lay into each other. Oh yes, it is not suggested that you look east into the rising sun to do this, at least not yet. Use a light table instead. The sun can really mess up your eyes if you look directly at it. So what was this all about? The borders on these two works were almost alike, but not quite the same. Just like twins. Now here is an odd question for you to think about now, which will be answered below. Did these twins have the same father, or were there two? So anyways, we all know laying these upon a light table, or looking at them towards the sun, they overlay nicely into each other. Looking through this book, I've had this book for a long time. The other day I was thinking, he repeats this hook. It says in. It's repeated, it's shown about 3 times in this book. We have it on this page, coming into the book. Then we have it towards the end. Right there we have it at the end. And then on the very back of the book, we have it right there. What got to me one night, I wondered if this was going to line up with the perpetual motion holder on the Mineral, Vegetable, Animal Life book. It appears, the way that he's got it lined up on the back page here, being that his book is around the same size, Mineral, Vegetable, Animal Life compared to the size. Both books are pretty close to the same size. So I thought I'd try overlaying the in, like he says to do on the light table, with Mineral, Vegetable, Animal Life and Magnetic Current. Lay all 3 together, and I thought I would see if they lined up. So I'll switch out, go to a different screen mode here. He does say also on page 16, As stated before, a copy of these booklets would be useless here unless they were copied on the same copy machine at the same time. So again, you are urged to get an original set of Ed.L.'s writings. So once you compare the two, and then we realize that possibly his book was kind of lined up to go with these books. This guy was an inventor. I looked him up again the other day, and this wasn't just a person that decided to write a book on Ed and he thought he had something going on. There's no reason he would have done that, because he had a lot of other stuff going on for himself. I'll read that later. He has a LinkedIn profile. I believe he's 74 years old, Edward Marlinski. There's no reason that he would write this book for it to lead to nothing. This book here. There's no reason he would write this book for it just to lead to nothing. Unless it was something to waste everybody's time and not look into Ed a proper way. Myself personally, the paths in this book, I don't believe he found his knowledge through the paths that he gives us in the book. It almost seems he's explaining how to decode this book, and once you decode this book that Edward Marlinski wrote, then it will tell you how to decode Ed's writings. Because if you can decode this book, then you know how to decode Ed's, I think is what it's getting at. Okay, well, I will switch to a different screen here. Let's see. Okay, so I got some better copies in here. We can see better. So at the front of the book, the author's message, below that with the double lines, he shows this hook, a double hook with the letters I-N. This is on the back of the book. And this is towards the back of the book on page 80. He once again shows the double hook. He shows 3 ends throughout the book. 3 of these hooks, which have an I and an N. At the very back of the book, it seems like it's lined up with the covers of Edward Leedskalnin's books. So there's 3 hooks that he shows throughout the book. And then he shows us how to overlay these pages onto a light table. Perhaps he was saying to overlay these 2 together, and then he had some more to it. So what I thought I'd do is go into Inkscape and compare all of the covers together and see if it fit in whatsoever. So when I went in, I compared the covers. It appeared it would all fit in fairly nicely. There's some intriguing things you can come up with when you start overlaying these pages. Ed may have not known all about computers, but Edward Marlinski certainly did. I'm not a very technical person, But perhaps Edward Marlinski figured out some sort of a wiring schematic, the rest of the wiring schematic, to add on to everything. If you flip Edward Marlinski's back page around, then you get another heart shape up here. That's what got me thinking with the hook over here, that it would fit into the perpetual motion holder over here. That's what I got thinking about. The shape was reminding me of something. And actually what it was reminding me of was the heart shape in Ed's perpetual motion holder. It was reminding me of this part right here, the double hook. So I don't know. Thought it was interesting, and being that Edward Marlinski really wanted us to overlay that onto a light table, both covers, I thought perhaps, being that his book is around the same size, maybe he incorporated his book into Ed's writings to help to show how Ed encoded his writings. And I think this book, perhaps, as I said before, you need to decode this book before you can decode these books. I'll read a little bit of who Edward Marlinski is. Not a ton of information on him out there, but amazingly there is some. There's no reason this man would claim that he discovered a way into Edward Leedskalnin's writings, unless he did. He didn't need to make any money, he didn't need to... Okay, so here's what I've got. As far as I can tell, I'm looking in LinkedIn.com, Edward Marlinski. He is a design engineer, aerospace, and medical devices. He participated as senior design engineer in finalizing the development of military and commercial aerospace components, as well as the development of a National Institutes of Health funded completely implantable left ventricular assist device from component design, fabrication, and durability testing. Senior design engineer at ADS Transcoil, 1999 to 2015. He has participated in developing military aerospace equipment. He has participated in developing processing equipment for liquid crystal displays. This was back in 1986, 1989. 1984 to 1986, he was a design engineer for Commodore Semiconductor Systems. Participated in developing microelectronics for commercial systems. 1981-84, he was design engineer of Solid State Scientific, Hong Kong, Philippines. He participated in developing microelectrics for military systems. Back 1967-1981, senior technician to design engineer, General Dynamics and Stromberg Carlson. Participated in developing microelectronics for military systems, including the Voyager space program, as well as the precursor development to today's ultrasound imaging, cell phone, and GPS system. And this guy's got a ton of credentials behind him, and you gotta wonder, why would he write a book like this about ads if he wasn't serious about it? Also, the hidden pages themselves, they're a whole book in themselves. Edward Marlinski did mention before that he may make the hidden pages a book. I guess time will tell. Okay, thanks for all your time. Hope everyone has a great day.